this men's 2 mile. We'll stay with that. Joshua Cheptegei, gold medalist in the 5,000. Salomon Barrega, gold medalist in the 10,000. You have Kiplimo, Chilemo, also medalists there as well. You actually have the whole podium here, Gordon, in the 10K, and you have 2/3 of the podium from the 5K. On the American side of things, you have Grant Fisher and Woody Kincaid as well in there. Another good battle here, I think, brewing between Chilemo, Cheptegei, and you throw in Barrega there as well, the 10K guy who, listen, probably had a shot at winning the 5K based on how well he closed in the 10, but they decided not to run him in the 5K. So this will be a fun one to watch just to see how good Barrega is over this shorter distance.
So we have the whole podium in the 10K, you said?
Yeah, because that was Barrega, Cheptegei, Kiplimo. And then in the 5,000, we have Cheptegei. We don't have Mohamed because he's entered the mile, but then we have Chilemo. So we have 2/3 of the 5K and all of the 10K.
So we got to make sure when they line up on the start line that they line up Barrega, Cheptegei, and Kiplimo in there as if they were on the podium.
Mm-hmm.
With, Barrega in the middle and Cheptegei and Kiplimo on the other side. And then you can do a little screenshot. That's what I want. Anyway, enough podium talk. 2 mile. So you have to think your 10K dominance isn't really going to be as important here, right? It's only 2 miles. Mm-hmm. Cheptegei and Chilemo had a great 2 mile battle back in 2019. It was when Pre was in Stanford. I remember watching that race. Cheptegei got the best of Chilemo. I'm combining people now. Of Chilemo. Cheptegei, I keep on wanting to just like handicap him as a time trialer or handicap him as, oh, he can run fast, but only if it's like super even pace and like it's, I never want to call him a kicker because I'm just visually looking at the way he ran his world records and it was like, didn't look like a kick. But then you watch the Olympic Games and you go back all the way to Paris when Chilemo and Cheptegei were kicking in the final 100 meters of a 2 mile. I need to start recognizing that Cheptegei can kick. Normally when you're the fastest PB, sometimes that doesn't mean you can great kick, but Cheptegei actually can kick. He showed it in the 10K and the 5K at the Olympic Games. So I think Cheptegei is the favorite here. I think Barrega probably and Chilemo I would put together for challengers to Cheptegei. But we talked about this off podcast. I think the real question is what lane will Paul Chilemo finish in? Because we know it's not going to be lane 1. I mean, the odds of lane 1 are going to be plus 1,000. Lane 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to be like minus money. Yeah.
Even 2, I'd say over under would be 2.5, the lane that Chilemo finishes in. Here he is the last time at Hayward Field. He's finishing in 4. I think Woody Kincaid could be interesting in this race too. We know he's a really good kicker, and if he can just hang around for 2 miles, because we've seen, was it the 18 Pre where there was a 2 mile setup and it for some reason got tactical? I know it was a bit windy and different stadium, different circumstances, but if it slows a little bit here and Kincaid's able to use his kick, he never got to use it in Tokyo because he was just out because the pace put him out the back. But I think he could be an interesting wild card to watch here too. Obviously, Fisher coming off of the 5th place finish in the 10,000 in Tokyo. But I'm with you. I would lean Cheptegei here.
Yeah, I like your Kincaid idea. He kind of is going to be under the radar because of his Olympic Games performance. But if this Prefontaine Classic was a month after the trials, everyone will be like, Kincaid, man, watch out for him in the 2 mile. But because of what we saw at the Olympic Games, you kind of have a different view of him. But we got to recognize the Olympic Games races are going to be run completely different from this 2 mile. And I think Kincaid will be in it. And if he's in it with 200 meters to go, he's definitely going to be one of the kickers to watch. So,
it seems silly to say don't overreact to Olympic results because it's the Olympics and that's the pinnacle. But it's also one meet. And if someone ran well before that, there's reason to believe that they could run well after that, even if they didn't have a good couple days in Tokyo. Could just
Yeah.
been I mean, it's a tough time. It's a bad time to have a tough race, but it's possible. It's possible, and then you revert back to your normal self post Olympics, especially if you're racing in your home country. Women's 400 hurdles was the other one I wanted to talk to at length, and then I want to touch